I didn't find out about the baby shower because my sister told me. I found out because my aunt asked what color I was wearing. She phrased it casually, like this was information I'd already been given and simply hadn't shared. Are you going with blue or green? She asked, because I don't want to clash in the pictures. What pictures? I said. There was a pause long enough for me to decide how to recover. Oh, the baby shower pictures. I remember standing in my kitchen, phone pressed to my ear, staring at a clean counter like it had personally betrayed me. My sister was pregnant with her first child. We spoke every week, sometimes more. I had sent her books, craving snacks, a ridiculous pillow shaped like a shrimp because she said sleeping hurt and laughing didn't. I waited for the punchline. It didn't come. Later that afternoon, I texted my sister. Nothing dramatic, just, "Hey, Aunt Linda mentioned the baby shower. Did I miss an invite?" She replied an hour later. One sentence, polished, pre-approved. It's just close friends and family. I read it twice. Then again, like maybe I'd misunderstood the grammar. Aren't I both? I typed. I didn't add a question mark to be clever. I added it because I genuinely didn't know how else to read what she'd said. She left me on read. That red checkmark sat there for 3 days, long enough to stop feeling accidental, long enough to feel instructional. I told myself not to spiral. I reminded myself that pregnancy makes people weird, that logistics are hard, that maybe this was small. But the thing about being excluded quietly is that it pulls old memories forward with it, whether you invite them or not. Being told as kids that she was more sensitive, being expected to understand, being the one who adjusted, being the one who could handle it. By the 4th day, I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't hurt about the party. I was hurt about the erasure, the way I'd been edited out with a sentence that sounded reasonable enough to repeat. I considered doing nothing. That was the version of me I'd been trained to be, the one who absorbs disappointment without making it visible. I considered sending a generic gift card, something safe that said I'm here but not really. Instead, I sat down and thought about what this moment actually was. It was a line, so I crossed it, but quietly. I mailed her a gift. It wasn't cruel, it wasn't public on purpose, it was honest. I sent a framed letter, simple font, no sarcasm, no insults, just a few paragraphs written carefully, the way you write when you want to be understood, not applauded. I wrote about how much I loved her, about how excited I was for her child, about how learning secondhand that I wasn't considered en family had landed in me. I didn't accuse, I didn't demand, I didn't ask for an explanation. I ended with this. I'm stepping back for a while, not to punish you, but to protect myself. I won't pretend exclusion doesn't hurt just to keep things easy. I hope someday we can talk honestly. I included a small silver bracelet for the baby, engraved on the inside, invisible unless you looked, "You belong." I mailed it so it would arrive the morning of the shower. While the party was happening, I cleaned my apartment, slowly, intentionally. I wasn't trying to distract myself. I was letting the day pass without me. I imagined the room, the pastel balloons, the games I didn't miss. I imagined the moment she opened the gift, how she'd expect something harmless and get something reflective instead. I didn't imagine the call. Her husband phoned me an hour into the party. I knew it was him the second I heard his breathing. "What the hell is wrong with you?" he shouted, not even pretending to open politely. "Do you have any idea what you did?" I held the phone away from my ear until his voice steadied into words. "You hijacked her baby shower," he continued. "You made it about you. She's crying. People are uncomfortable. This was supposed to be a happy day." I waited until he finished. Silence is clarifying. It tells people whether you're there to be moved or to listen. "I sent a gift," I said. "You sent a message," he snapped. "You embarrassed her." I almost laughed at the symmetry. Almost. I didn't raise my voice. I said, I didn't show up uninvited. I didn't confront her in public. I told the truth privately, and she chose to open it publicly. She didn't deserve that today, and I didn't deserve to find out I wasn't family by accident. I said it then, the moment the ground shifted. Not dramatically, just enough. "You're being selfish," he said. "I'm being honest," I replied. "There's a difference." He said my name like a warning. I said goodbye and hung up. After that, the fallout moved through the family in waves. Some people messaged me carefully, some avoided me entirely. My sister didn't reach out at all. Weeks passed, then months. The strange thing was how little I missed the performance of closeness once I stopped participating in it. The ache didn't disappear, but it softened into something manageable, something clean. Eventually, my sister sent a message, short, guarded, not an apology exactly, more an acknowledgement that things were tense and maybe someday we could talk it through. I didn't rush to respond because the gift I sent wasn't meant to win, it wasn't meant to punish, it was meant to mark a boundary that'd been missing our entire lives. I don't know what our relationship will look like in the future. I know what it won't look like anymore. I won't beg to be included where I'm clearly optional. I won't translate my pain into politeness so others can stay comfortable. Sometimes the gift you leave isn't forgiveness or severity. Sometimes it's clarity. And sometimes that's the one thing people never forget.